These are the students from Vrindavan and the surrounding villages who come here each morning to join the free Sanskrit class, held by the best teacher of the region and by Swamiji's father. Mantras and verses of the oldest scriptures in the world are recited, translated and explained each day, and more than 150 students listen, learn and study. There are no fees for this class. It's part of the educational work that Sri Bindu Seva Sansthan provides. Sri Bindu Seva Sansthan is a charitable trust, and it's the biggest aim and wish of Swamiji and his family to help and support those who are in need. In the ashram, there's always a group of boys from the age of 12 to 16 who live and study there. They come from families in difficult situations and often could not otherwise finish their schooling. At the ashram, they can make their spiritual studies without having to worry about the cost of food or clothing, as everything is provided here. In this way, Sri Bindu Seva Sansthan wants to give them the chance of a good future. The children are especially dear to Swamiji's heart. For many years, he had dreamed of building a school so that the sons and daughters of poor families can get an education that would brighten their future. He started by sponsoring children in primary schools in Vrindavan, and finally, in 2007, the realization of his dream began. The charitable organization, Swami Balendu EV Kindergarten, was founded and opened its doors to children of the neighborhood. Within 1 year, Balendu could proudly admit the first children to the first and second class of the new primary school. As director of the primary school, Balendu now takes care that every child gets the necessary books, pencils and school uniform, which are all given to them free of charge, so that no family has to bear a financial burden. The first house we visited was the home of Ganesh, his parents and 6 brothers and sisters. When I was talking with Ganesh's father, he told me he had noticed how Ganesh got into less trouble since starting school and was very serious about his studies. Ganesh's father is a labourer, finding work by the day and renting 1 room for the whole family. A labourer earns 70 or 80 rupees a day, which is about $1.50. When we came to Radha's house, her school uniform was drying on the grass roof. We met her mother and father, and they allowed us to film their simple 1-room hut. The cooking is done outdoors, and once again, the toilet is out in nature. So, Swamiji, if the parents aren't coming to the school looking for a place for their children, how did you find the children that are now in the school?
Oh, we keep our eyes open, and also many times we heard from people, they tell us, and then we go to that place, like when we see children are very working and even still they are very young, they are not going to school. And then we contact the parents and we try to convince them to send their child to school. And you know, another attraction for parents is this, because all children get warm food here, they get lunch. And these parents are like this, who really work hard to feed these children. And they are even happy to send them to school because they are getting food. So this is extra attraction for them, maybe more important than education for some of them. So that's how we get these children to school, and we convince them somehow.
In the kindergarten and primary school, the children are taught in Hindi, English and maths, and get to know more about their country, its history and culture. Of course, there's plenty of time for fun. In the art classes and dancing lessons, the children can enjoy and develop their creative talents. One can even sponsor children from the kindergarten or the school. On the website www.futureforkids.com, you can look at the children and their profiles. To donate the food for a day for the children of the school and the kindergarten has become popular as a special present for friends and family. And as Swamiji always says, true happiness is when you can share it with others. Sharing your joy with others will always increase your own joy.
I am very thankful to everyone who helped us in the realization of our projects. There are people who sponsored uniforms, others who collected money and raised funds for new furniture when they saw children were sitting on the cold floor in winter, and many more who donated for food, for clothes, and for everything else what was necessary. Look at these children, their little faces and innocent eyes, and see that you can help them. Children are the future of this universe. In the wonderful love of a child, you can feel the presence of God. Helping children is equal to serving God. I dedicated my whole life and all my activities to children. Their innocent love and trust is true spirituality. I want to invite you to light a candle of love to enlighten their future and your soul. Come, let's make a difference.